Picture a perfectly normal Tuesday evening. It's November 8th, 2016. Across India, families are eating dinner, watching TV, maybe prepping for an upcoming wedding. Suddenly, regular broadcasting cuts away. The Prime Minister appears on screen, and his tone is extremely serious. He announces that at exactly midnight, the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes will no longer be legal tender. In plain terms, the cash sitting in your wallet, tucked in your kitchen drawer, or hidden under the mattress, will instantly become worthless pieces of paper. To understand the impact, look at this chart. These two specific bills weren't some minor fraction of the economy. They accounted for exactly 86% of all physical cash circulating in the country at that very moment. Removing them instantly erased the vast majority of the nation's money supply. The government's logic was direct. They wanted to catch tax evaders. By forcing hidden, untaxed cash, often called black money, out into the light, anyone hoarding illegal wealth would be trapped. Their shadow money would be completely useless unless they brought it to a bank and explained exactly where it came from. In a single broadcast, the financial reality for over 1 billion people was completely upended. It was a massive, high-stakes, overnight gamble, and the countdown to midnight had already started. When the sun came up the next morning, panic set in. People rushed to their banks, forming massive queues that stretched for kilometers. They quickly realized a terrifying detail. The ATMs were completely empty. The weight of this fell heavily on ordinary citizens. Take rural farmers who operated their businesses entirely in cash. Imagine harvesting your crop, taking it to the market, and realizing no one can pay you, because the only notes they have are the ones the government just banned. Or consider an elderly widow living in Chennai. She kept her life savings in physical cash at home. Because she didn't have a formal bank account and couldn't navigate the chaotic exchange process before the deadline, her entire financial safety net simply evaporated. As the government slowly rolled out newly printed pink 2,000 rupee notes, officials asked the public for patience. The official message asked citizens to endure 50 days of hardship for the greater good of the nation. But a wide gap was forming between the policy and reality. Everyday workers with legal savings were paying a severe, sometimes life-or-death price, just standing in lines for hours, all while waiting to see if the corrupt elite would actually be brought down. The plan was designed as a trap, like slamming a heavy steel vault door shut on tax evaders. But while the government locked the front door tightly, a small side window was left wide open, and the truly corrupt knew exactly how to slip their money through it. Look at this flowchart to see how they did it. People holding illegal money started approaching the poor, specifically those with zero-balance bank accounts created by a government program. The wealthy would pay a small commission to the account holder to deposit the illicit cash. Once in the bank under a poor person's name, the money appeared perfectly legal, allowing the original owner to withdraw it as clean, taxed funds. They also used the jewelry market. Tax evaders rushed to buy gold using their banned notes at a massive markup. Jewelers accepted the old cash, and the buyer would then immediately sell the gold back in exchange for the new 2,000 rupee notes. The contrast was incredibly bitter. While the working class spent entire days shivering outside ATMs just to get cash for groceries, authorities were already raiding corrupt politicians and finding millions in the brand new pink currency. A system engineered to destroy illegal wealth had rapidly created a highly efficient underground industry of money laundering. The central objective of the policy was falling apart. The undeniable truth of the experiment arrived nearly 2 years later. In August 2018, India's central banking authority, the Reserve Bank of India, released its definitive report on the policy. Watch this bar fill up. Out of all the banned currency that was supposed to be destroyed as elite's lock money, 99.3% of it came safely back into the banking system. The tax evaders had bypassed the trap almost entirely. The government did secure one major victory. With physical cash frozen, ordinary people were forced to adapt quickly, triggering a massive, permanent shift toward digital payment apps and QR codes across India. The human stories from this event leave us with a harsh but necessary lesson. Keeping your entire savings in physical cash makes you incredibly vulnerable. You have to protect yourself by spreading your wealth out. using bank accounts, digital wallets, or assets like gold and real estate. Whenever a crisis hits, the rules of the economy change. The individuals who survived this chaos were the ones who quickly adapted to new digital tools, while those who resisted were left dealing with the severe consequences. Whether you view this policy as a bold strike against corruption or a deeply flawed experiment, the takeaway remains exactly the same. You have to build a resilient financial plan so that one sudden announcement doesn't wipe out years of your hard work. What do you think about the demonetization experiment? Let me know your verdict in the comments.